So for this one, I love this design. And y'all may remember when I made one kind of similar to this. It's a round version. But this one right here is a much better build. It's a whole lot easier to do. And I love this. I've been wanting to make this specific design for the longest time. And I actually came really close to making a much bigger version and running a cord in it and making like a lamp out of it. So let me know if that's something that you want to see. Also, someone suggested that I break my video down into steps, like step 1, step 2. So I've done that, and just let me know if that's something that you would like for me to do again. You can put like the word like steps or something in the comments, and that'll let me know that you like that, and it's easier. So let me go ahead and show you how I made this.
For this project, I used one of these plastic containers with a lid from Dollar Tree. My first step was prepping the base of my candle holder. So I start by applying glue and glitter. I was out of Mod Podge that day, so I go ahead and start with this anyway. And I go around the sides of the container and the rim of the lid with glue and the glitter. I let that completely dry and I applied another layer of glue and glitter. Second step is decorate the center base. I use the tea light candle gems that I picked up at Dollar Tree a while back. Amazon also has gems if you can't find any at your Dollar Tree. Also, Michael's and Joann's do as well. So, or you can totally use diamond wrap on both sides or any gems, even, those from Walmart. So I glued these on with Gorilla Hot Glue directly to the inside of the clear container. And y'all, these stuck so good. I came back the next day after everything had time to sit and dry. Now I have Mod Podge, so I seal my glitter with the Mod Podge so it doesn't shed and get everywhere. Fourth step, preparing your picture frame. While that's drying, I use 2 of the chrome and silver looking picture frames and I take the frame apart. I pulled off the metal tabs. I pulled out the metal tabs in the back of the picture frame with some pliers, just wiggling it slow and easy. Remember this, especially if you're short of supplies because you're going to mess up your picture frames. So start at the top and wiggle the corners until they come apart. Inside these frames, they have a huge, really thick metal brace holding the frames together. Be sure when you remove this part that you take your other hand, you got your pliers in one, then take your other hand and hold the side of the frame while pushing your index finger on the tip of the frame. Push your index finger down with quite a bit of pressure or the corners they'll break. They are so brittle and they'll just fall into a bunch of pieces. I messed up all 4 angles on my first frame until I figured this out. As long as you're going slow and you just don't rip it, you should be able to hot glue the corners back together pretty easily, as long as it's just like a small tear. I was being so easy and it still crumbled, and it wasn't until I bared down with my index finger I was able to get a nice, clean, undamaged frame. After that, I also Mod Podged and glittered these too, but I only applied the glitter and Mod Podge where the black was, leaving the chrome look on the outside of the frame. My 5th step, put your pieces together. Put your puzzle pieces together. Okay, when all 8 pieces are finished, then you just start putting everything together like a puzzle. You want to face the angles of the frames. You want to face those down to get the perfect appearance. I know that this project looks a little complex, but honestly, I worked on this. Yeah, I did. I put a lot of time in this, but that was because I was trying to figure out how I was going to create it. The actual steps that I'm showing you here, this really doesn't take long. These frames are somehow the perfect size for this. There's no cutting, there's no modifying anything. You just get your puzzle pieces ready and put them together. I want this to sit up in the shape of a diamond, not a square. So I left one of the frame pieces long up against the container on one side and went around, uh, going long, short, long, short. I promise when you're making this, you cannot mess this up. You can't place these wrong. It will not fit any other way. As long as you're making sure that you're going to start with the long piece hanging down, then your short piece. And when you have the two long pieces on each side with your short piece in the center, then that last short piece, it'll just fit perfectly. So I went ahead and glued this with E6000 and Gorilla Hot Glue to secure my pieces. The sixth step is your final touches. I want to show you my very first thought. So you can just add gems on the inside of the container on the bottom and just have both sides with your gems and you're almost done. Or you can do what I done. I added a mirror. These containers are 5x5s and so are the mirrors. So this gives you the infinity look and it really doubles or even triples the amount of your gems, or the appearance of them anyway. So I painted the back of the mirror white because I'm going to be laying diamond wrap over the back of the mirror. And white really makes the diamond wrap pop. I can't believe I found this adhesive diamond wrap. I look for this every single time I go to Dollar Tree, and I have only found it one other time, and that was months and months ago. I cut out my pieces and stuck it to the back of the mirror, and then I glued the mirror facing on the inside where the gems are. So the back is facing out and the mirror part is facing the gems. So I glued that down with E6000 and hot glue, and then I framed it just as I'd done on the other side. The final step to building the space is using 4 Jenga pieces. This is a wooden game that you can find in the toy section of Dollar Tree. I was amazed how perfect the size of this was. It's just a little bit off, but it sits up perfect, I promise. So I Mod Podged and glittered 4 of these pieces so everything just matches. Then I aligned the wooden pieces to the picture frame just like you see here, so it made the perfect X at the top and at the bottom of my base. I used the same glue, of course, E6000 and Gorilla Hot Glue. I done that to all 4 sides. I added a mirror and a candle holder on the top, and bam, I am finished.
So that is a wrap. This was so easy to do. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And remember, if you did like how I done step 1, step 2, just let me know in the comments below so I can make videos like that for you in the future. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for your amazing reply and response on this last video. That was a hard video to do, sharing that. And you guys definitely made it so much easier on me. You make me feel just so happy. I really, really thank you. I have read every single comment, every single word. I know that I have not replied to everyone. My schedule is so crazy. I mean, like when I got off work, I just stayed up reading comments, and I started replying to a bunch of them. It just takes a lot of time. So I've been wondering like if I should go through and like put hearts on all of them, or because my intention is to reply to each person. I just want you to know that I have read them and I love you. Wow. All right. I'm not getting all mushy in this video, so thank you guys so much. I love you, and I'll see you very soon in another DIY Dollar Tree project. Bye.
There is a quote from Bev Gardner. Hers says, "The art of being happy lies in the power of extracting happiness from common things." I love that. Thank you so much, Bev, for sharing. And if you know of a quote that has inspired you, just leave it in the comments below for a future video.